Hello YouTube. It's Bella Hazel. Hello. I am I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me that if you haven't noticed already, I like to do arts and crafts and I'm a very artistic person. I do all kinds of things. A few of my hobbies is of course arts and crafts, sewing, stuff like that. I also play guitar, so I'm a musician as well. Um, but anyway, one of the things I love to do besides painting, I am an artist. I do paint abstract paintings. I do not sell my paintings. No, I'm not a professional artist. I just do what I like. But anyway, I like to make sculpts or clay sculptures of skulls or of whatever I see fit. Like I've made roses, all kinds of stuff with clay. But sometimes when you're cheap and a penny pincher like I am, you substitute like crazy. Because me, if it's more than like $3, I'm not gonna pay for it. Um, anyway, if you run out of your clay, you can get clay at Walmart pretty cheap. Oven baked clay. I use nothing but oven bake. But if you don't have any clay, you can use a substitute. You can use dough. It's a salt dough. Basically, all you do is take for whatever amount of dough you're wanting to use for whatever your project is. If you want a pretty good amount and make a few things, you can put 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, and like I think half a cup of water, probably more than a half a cup, probably about a cup of water. Slowly add it in just to make sure. And if that's not enough, you can slowly add in until you want it to like dough consistency. It's just like you're making homemade biscuits. And basically what you want to do is make sure your hands is covered in flour. That's the way your dough is not sticking to you. And you want to roll it into a ball. So you want to put dust your countertop with flour and then roll it in it and knead it, and until it'll become a little bit more firmer and stuff to where you can knead it and form it into whatever you want to do. I'll show you one of my projects I worked on, and I'll show you how I did it in case you're wanting to. Just a little tip about me: I love Day of the Dead. I love stuff about the Day of the Dead. I even have sugar skulls tattooed on my inner arm thingy. I don't know. I call it my mini armpit. But anyway, I'll show you one of my skulls that I'm making. It's not finished, so no judge. Of course, though, everybody judges. But anyway, and I'll tell you how I do it. This is one of my projects, and I've not named him yet, but I do not have molds to make real sugar skulls, so this is my substitute. I know how to make sugar skulls, I just can't afford to get the molds, and I don't really feel like going online or ordering shit. I hate doing that. It's rare I do it. But anyway, no, this thing is not fully made of dough, because the thicker your dough is, the longer it's going to take, and you can oven bake your dough to harden it quicker, but if you do it like I'm going to show you, you can't. You have to let it air dry. And it's almost dry except for a little bit of the bottom. As you can see, it's a little darker where it's not completely dry, but for the most part it's somewhat firm. Anyway, it's not solid dough, otherwise it would never dry. It would just take months. Anyway, if you look, I have a balled up old scrap paper that's been used. I just balled it up into a ball and wrapped it with saran wrap, and then rolled out a round, however big, like I think it was about this big. Yeah, I rolled it out with I didn't have a rolling pin, so I kind of just used a bottle. But roll it out and you cover your ball, or you put it down on your ball, and then you roll, or you form it to however you want, and then you can take a toothpick and do the teeth, and or you can use a dowel rod to do the eyes and the nose. But I'm going to paint it with acrylic paint. It's good for acrylic. And you want to make, and when the product is finished, you want a spray the acrylic cover coat, the clear coat. You want to clear coat it, that way it's good and glazed and everything, and it's when it won't like tarnish or like chip and everything. It protects it. So yeah, it's just a little neat trick. Also, a little, if you don't like skulls or whatever, and you are pagan or a witch or whatever your faith is, if you follow the wheel of the year, you can make a wheel of the year, and basically all you really need to do is get it however big, a round circle, however big you want your wheel, and then carve out like a wagon wheel, like carve out little triangles around it and just leave it flat, and then take a toothpick and like carve the names and any designs you want for the Pacific Sabbats and stuff, and then you can just let it air dry. And you want to flip it, so you probably want to keep it on wax paper, that way you can flip the paper and without breaking, because you want to flip, because the reason why the bottom is dry is because I let it the surface dry first, and then I had to flip it and lay it on its face, that way the back of it can dry. It's pretty much almost dry. It's still a little soft, but for the most part it's pretty firm, but it takes a while depending on how thick. However, the thicker the longer. So just remember that if you make anything with it, make a video and send it to me. I want to see your product or your project. I love stuff like that. And after everything's dry, you can paint it with acrylic or whatever, color it, use a Sharpie or whatever. I mean, you can make all kinds of stuff, all kinds of cool stuff. I'll also show you how to make beads for dreadlocks and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, my daughter is making a huge mess right now, and I'm kind of neglecting the mess, so I need to go before it gets worse. So peace out, and blessed be. Send me a video response of your project if you do one. So yeah, thanks. Subscribe, please. Yay. Bye.